A guy from Mexico stumbled upon a street stall and bought a creepy-looking doll for just 20 pesos. That's less than $1. He figured it was some kind of vintage collectible and took it home without a second thought. But a couple days later, he realized he had brought home something entirely different.
Estoy trabajando. Dice... Disculpen el reguero. Ahí están mis perritos durmiendo. Son las 5:23 de la mañana. Estoy trabajando. Y de... Cinco veintitrés de la mañana. 5:24 ya, para los que dicen que... Para los que dicen que ocurre nada más a las 3 de la mañana. No. Son las 5 ya de la mañana. Con 24 minutos. Ahí están mis perritos. Están durmiendo. Y lo curioso es que... Alexa, luz del cuarto blanco frío.
Muy bien.
Están escuchando. Escuchen. Son susurros. Y no hay nadie, no. Siempre los muestro que no hay nadie para que luego no digan, no, es que eso, qué sé yo, de tus amigos, de tus familiares o lo que sea. No hay absolutamente nadie.
Around 5 in the morning, he was sitting at his computer when he suddenly heard a strange rustling and creaking outside his door. So he grabbed a camera and walked through the house, but found nothing. Weird, sure, but whatever, right? Well, just a few days later it happened again. Only this time it got way worse.
Son las 3:43 de la mañana. Y justo... Otra vez. Luego empiezo a sentir adrenalina. Por eso respiro así. Y me... Encendí la linterna. No hay nadie. Todo está totalmente cerrado.
He heard a blood-chilling scream. But again, the house was empty. And just as he was about to head back to his room, it happened.
Ajá. No entiendo qué... Para los que me dicen que me vaya de la casa. Manchen. Es bien fácil decirlo. En-
He clearly heard footsteps chasing him in the dark. In a panic, the guy locked himself in his room and didn't come out until morning. Realizing things were getting seriously dangerous, he called a friend over and they did a Ouija board session to try to figure out what kind of entity had moved in. But honestly, I think that just made things worse. The very next night, his camera caught this. He later admitted he tried to return the cursed doll, but the vendor had mysteriously vanished. So was all this madness really caused by one doll? We can only guess and wait for more terrifying updates from this unlucky guy. Here's a short but super weird video that's been blowing up on TikTok. A girl was filming her casual trip to a museum, specifically an exhibit with a dinosaur. Nothing unusual until the unexpected happened.
Well, that's a little disconcerting. That thing is huge. Imagine trying to run away from that. No thanks, Jurassic Park. Gee.
The video went viral almost instantly. Viewers swear they saw the dinosaur move its head. Some chalked it up to an optical illusion. Others joked that it was straight out of Night at the Museum. The girl herself didn't even notice anything at first, until people flooded the comments, and when she rewatched the clip, she freaked out. So, do museums really hide more secrets than we think? A girl inherited an old, half-collapsed cabin deep in the Oregon woods. The place looked abandoned for years, and the moment she arrived, she felt a heavy, eerie presence, like something was watching her.
There's something moving in the door. The thing is, that door in there is really stiff. Like all of them are. So, there's nothing hanging there. Fucking, what the fuck is that? It's creepy. It's gotta be something. I don't know what. What the fuck? It just fucking, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Holy.
A dark figure on the second floor scared the hell out of her, then slowly faded into the shadows. She went to check but found no signs of anyone, no footprints, no trace. Just that lingering feeling that someone was still watching. And no, she didn't plan on filming anything creepy. Her other videos are all normal, everyday stuff. This one clearly wasn't. A guy from Indonesia posted a creepy video on TikTok, and it quickly started gaining attention. In the clip, he nervously walks into his garage and spots a strange, closed box. Curiosity gets the better of him. And what happens next, well, just see for yourself.
Pablo. Sini aja.
Local commenters are convinced the terrifying figure in the coffin is a massive jenglot, an ancient creature from Indonesian folklore. Others say it's just a really detailed, creepy doll. So now it's up to you. Was that a real mythical monster, or just a spooky prop made for shock value? The guy in this next video caught something weird out of the corner of his eye. Someone lingering near his parked car. His alarm went off, so of course he went to check it out. And here's what he saw. The footage clearly shows a terrifying woman with a twisted face and glowing eyes sitting inside the car. But here's the weird part. When he opens the door, no one's there. She just vanished. Paranormal, glitch, or something else? Personally, I think there might be a simpler explanation. Like maybe his girlfriend pulled a fast one and slipped out through the other door while the camera had a blind spot. But hey, that's just me. What do you think? Kelly was on vacation with her family at Brigantine Beach in New Jersey. Sun, sand, the whole vibe. Until they stumbled upon this.
Is it alive? Oh, Renee! Renee, what the fuck is that? What is that?
It looked like a fish, but more like something straight out of a horror movie. Turns out, it was a stargazer fish, one of the creepiest looking creatures on the planet. It's called that because of its weird eye placement. They stick out on top like it's constantly staring at the sky. This lets it bury itself in the sand and ambush prey from below. It doesn't usually go after humans, but if you accidentally step on it, yeah, it won't be fun. In terms of sheer creep factor, this fish gives a lot of cryptids a run for their money. Vanished right before our eyes. Sounds weird, right? But check it out for yourself.
Where the fuck did he go? Where the fuck did he just go?
The guy who posted it asked the internet, "Can anyone explain this?" And the comments came pouring in. Glitch in the Matrix. It's a simulation. And the usual wild theories. But others weren't so easily convinced. Some suggested the person may have just dropped something and bent down to pick it up. Makes sense. Except the guy who filmed it swears the person never came back into view. A few commenters suspected video editing. There are tons of apps now that can splice footage and make it look like someone disappears. Either way, the internet's been arguing ever since. So, what's your theory? This next video is straight up unexplainable. A girl was filming a casual TikTok on the beach, dancing, goofing around with a friend, nothing out of the ordinary. But if you look closely at the background, you'll start to feel uneasy. A pale, ghostly woman with pitch-black eyes suddenly appears, then, just as suddenly, disappears. So, yeah, might want to check under your bed tonight, just in case she's already there. These eerie clips were captured by a surveillance camera in a private clinic near Buenos Aires, Argentina. The footage baffled internet users when it showed a security guard interacting with a visitor invisible to us. The incident happened at 3:26 a.m. on November 11, 2022. In the recording, the automatic doors open, but no one enters the building. The guard stands up, checks some documents as if preparing to receive a new patient, and removes the barrier before starting to interact with the invisible visitor and even offering them a wheelchair. The clinic management stated that the door was indeed faulty and had opened by itself 28 times over a 10-hour period. However, they found it difficult to explain the guard's actions, as he even recorded a name in the registry, despite no one entering at that time. Some believe the guard was playing a prank on a colleague watching the cameras, while others think he saw the ghost of a patient who passed away the previous day. Another team of blogger investigators ventured out in the middle of the night to explore an abandoned ghost town. According to some reports, paranormal activity had been detected there, so the brave souls decided to check it out. Upon exploring the area, they immediately heard a scream in the distance.
Están adentro, güey. Ay, güey. Vente, 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 adentro, güey. Acá adentro, acá adentro.
They search the buildings but find nothing. However, a few minutes later, when they step outside, this happens.
¿Quién es? Ay, güey. Cabrón. Allá va, güey.
Frightened, the investigators continue their work, but then they hear a loud metallic sound, as if something has fallen.
Ay, güey, acá, acá. No sé, güey. Por la ventana, dice, loco.
They try to locate the source of the noise but see nothing. Gathering courage, the team decides to move on, and this time they manage to spot something.
Hola. Güey.
At first, it seems like someone is cooking food on a fire, but after a moment they realize that's not the case. A sinister figure raises its hands as if controlling the fire and spreads tongues of flame. Even with their flashlights, they can barely make out the figure. The team decides to approach.
Mira, 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 mira. Güey, ¿cómo saca fuego? Buenas noches. Ay, ay, güey. ¿Qué es eso, güey?
This time, they're lucky and the figure disappears. But their self-preservation instincts still don't kick in, and they continue their search. Eventually, they encounter the mysterious figure again, who, as before, vanishes into the air.
Güey, ¿es una sombra o una persona? ¿Quién eres? Hey. Mira, güey, ahí está.
Who is this fire controller, and what is it doing in this abandoned settlement? As usual, there are many questions but no answers. A local resident filmed this mysterious creature in the forest. As he passed through the thicket, he noticed a strange figure near the swamp and approached it to film with his old phone. At the water's edge stood a frightening figure in a black cloak and a terrifying mask, hitting the ground with its hands as if in anger. The person filming wisely stayed hidden and did not explain who or what he had captured on camera. We can only guess whether it was a disguised person or something mystical. The next strange video was captured by a security camera installed outside a roadside diner in Southeast Asia. An unmanned motorcycle is seen driving down the road, then suddenly turns and parks inside the cafe. It's clear that the cafe's patrons are in shock, unable to understand how this happened. Could the motorcycle have been driven by a ghost, or is there a more logical explanation? The next unsettling video was filmed by a train passenger. The person was filming the scenery outside the window when they noticed a strange phenomenon. Flocks of birds appeared to be frozen in midair, completely still. Was this a glitch in the Matrix, an optical illusion, or something unexplained? A short but equally creepy video was filmed by a botanist who was walking through the forest. While examining trees, he suddenly noticed something strange. A small black creature, unlike any known animal, peeks out from a crack in a tree and watches the cameraman. Then it quickly hides back inside. The botanist, in a panic, leaves the area. What exactly did this nature enthusiast capture on camera? A small forest creature, or just a hoax? You decide. Here's another video from a hospital. The recording was captured by security cameras in Felix Bulnes Hospital in Santiago, Chile. At first, it seems like the patient is having a panic attack, but soon you can see an invisible force pulling his leg. A nurse rushes to his aid, and the video cuts off. One commenter mentioned having a similar paranormal experience in this hospital. While walking through an abandoned wing, he claimed to hear whispering and laughter, and to prove it, he attached a video clip. In the footage, a voice can be heard, and at the end of the dark corridor, a bright object flashes past, hitting the wall. Considering all these cases, one can't help but wonder if the souls of deceased patients reside in this hospital. When you live on the edge of the forest, you never know if someone's watching you from the trees. In this video, originally uploaded to TikTok, you hear a child asking someone to go get his parents. While he waits for his dad, he points his phone camera at the backyard. Soon, his dad appears and heads outside to get a better look at what the kid saw.
Oh yeah, right there, look. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
As you may have guessed, he also saw something. Now, let's zoom in ourselves. A furry, bipedal figure quickly disappearing over a hill. Fortunately, the child's father manages to spot it again. At some point, though, he starts to think there may be more than one of these figures. Whoever it is, it keeps moving around in the trees, making the family seriously uneasy. Some viewers think it was just a person, but its height and furry appearance suggest otherwise. So, did they really capture the famous Bigfoot on camera, or is there another explanation? As always, it's up to you to decide.